The United States presidential election is always a momentous occasion. Among the many factors that influence voters' decisions, the economy looms particularly large. When times are good and the economy is strong, incumbent presidents and their parties tend to benefit from a feel-good factor. Conversely, when the economy falters and times are tough, voters are more inclined to seek change. This link between economic well-being and electoral outcomes is deeply ingrained in American history. From the earliest days of the Republic, voters have consistently held their leaders accountable for the state of the economy. Understanding this intricate relationship between elections and the economy is essential for informed civic engagement. Ultimately, it's our votes that determine not only who governs us, but also the direction of our economy. History is replete with examples of how economic recessions have swayed the outcome of United States presidential elections. One striking example is the 1932 election, which took place amidst the Great Depression. The incumbent Republican president, Herbert Hoover, bore the brunt of public anger over the devastating economic crisis. His opponent, Democrat Franklin D. Roosevelt, capitalized on the widespread discontent, promising a New Deal to alleviate the suffering of ordinary Americans. Another telling instance is the 1980 election. Incumbent Democrat Jimmy Carter faced a formidable challenge from Republican Ronald Reagan. The U.S. economy was mired in stagflation, a toxic combination of high inflation and economic stagnation. Reagan effectively pinned the blame on Carter's policies, famously asking voters, "Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?" As the 2024 United States presidential election approaches, the economy once again occupies center stage. The nation is grappling with a unique set of economic challenges, including inflation, supply chain disruptions, and the lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Inflation has eroded purchasing power and fueled public anxiety. Rising prices for essential goods and services have strained household budgets. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to cast a long shadow over the economy. These economic challenges are intertwined with the political debate surrounding the 2024 election. Incumbent presidents typically seek to highlight their economic record, while challengers focus on economic anxieties. The economy is not merely a backdrop for political campaigns, it's a central battleground where candidates vie for votes. Politicians understand that economic anxiety can be a powerful motivator. Incumbents may tout their economic record, highlighting positive indicators such as job growth or stock market performance. Challengers may paint a bleaker picture, emphasizing economic struggles faced by ordinary Americans. Another strategy involves proposing policies that appeal to specific constituencies or tap into prevailing economic anxieties. The effectiveness of these appeals depends on a candidate's ability to persuade voters that their proposed solutions will deliver tangible economic benefits. The politicization of economic issues can sometimes hinder constructive policymaking. The media plays a crucial role in shaping public perceptions of the economy. Through news coverage, analysis, and commentary, the media acts as a filter, selecting, framing, and interpreting economic data and events for public consumption. Headlines about job losses, market downturns, or rising inflation tend to grab more attention than stories about steady economic growth or low unemployment. The media's framing of economic issues also matters. The language used to describe economic trends and the choice of experts interviewed can all influence how the public interprets it. Some outlets may be more sympathetic to the economic policies of one political party over another. While the media plays a vital role in informing the public about the economy, it's important for consumers of news to be aware of the potential for bias. Seeking out diverse perspectives and critically evaluating information are essential for developing a well-rounded understanding of economic issues. As voters head to the polls, they often face a fundamental dilemma. Should they opt for the perceived stability of the incumbent or embrace the promise of change offered by the challenger? On the one hand, voters may be drawn to the familiarity and experience of the incumbent, especially if the economy is perceived as being relatively stable. The incumbent party can point to its track record, arguing that its policies have fostered economic growth and created jobs. On the other hand, if the economy is struggling, voters may be more receptive to the challenger's message of change. The challenger can capitalize on economic anxiety, arguing that the incumbent's policies have failed to address pressing issues. The promise of a fresh approach and new ideas can be alluring to voters frustrated with the status quo. Ultimately, it's a judgment call that each voter must make based on their own assessment of the risks and rewards associated with each option. Predicting the economic future is a notoriously tricky endeavor, fraught with uncertainties and subject to unforeseen events. However, we can explore some potential economic scenarios that might unfold following the 2024 election. One scenario is a continuation of current trends. If the incumbent party is victorious, we might see moderate economic growth, continued job creation, but also persistent inflation and widening income inequality. Another possibility is a shift in economic policy. If the challenger prevails, the economic landscape could look quite different. External factors, such as global economic conditions or technological advancements, can also significantly impact the US economy. While presidential elections can have a significant impact on economic policy, they are by no means the sole determinant of economic outcomes. The interconnectedness of elections and the economy underscores the importance of informed civic engagement. Your vote is not just a choice between candidates, it's a decision that directly impacts the economic policies that will shape our nation's future. By understanding the economic landscape and evaluating the candidates' proposals, you become an active participant in shaping the economic well-being of your community and country. Don't underestimate the power of your vote. It's a powerful tool for holding elected officials accountable for their economic stewardship. Engaging in informed dialogue about economic issues is also crucial. By participating in the democratic process and advocating for policies that promote widespread prosperity, we can collectively shape an economic future that benefits all Americans.